In today's breaking story, Trump just retaliated at the whistleblower who exposed Trump's Social Security scandal. That's right, Donald Trump's ridiculous retaliation campaign continues. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, as I was saying, Trump is never afraid of retaliating against virtually anyone over anything. And part of the reason for this is because Democrats have forgotten how to fight, and it's time to do the opposite.
The Democratic Party has forgotten how to fight. But this critical moment in our country's history demands fighters, not folders. Imagine a Democratic Party that takes on big money and isn't captured by it. Imagine a Democratic Party that listens to the people, not DC consultants. Imagine a Democratic Party that uses every tool in the toolbox and plays to the fullest extent of the rules. And imagine a Democratic Party that delivers for people on housing, healthcare, and education, and actually defeats the right-wing extremists who have taken over this country. National Democrats don't know how to fight. They're comfortable on the coasts and comfortable with the status quo. But there's something about living in a red state that makes you scrappy. Because Texas Democrats know how to fight. Whether it was LBJ pushing the Great Society through Congress, or Barbara Jordan impeaching Richard Nixon, or Wendy Davis holding the floor of the Texas Senate for 13 hours.
And it's even more terrifying that Trump is lashing out against people that speak against his policies, because Donald Trump's policies are a disaster.
I'm seeing CDC being transformed into a weapon where people are not allowed to share scientific data, and that scientific data is potentially going to be contaminated more and more with ideology. Secretary Kennedy put out a directive that changed the childhood immunization schedule and also the adult immunization schedule for COVID-19, making it more restrictive for children. That means limiting access, by the way. So making it more restrictive for children and also for pregnant women. And I'm never going to forget how I learned about it, which was on Twitter. So I was sitting in a senior leader meeting. I am, one of the COVID experts, one of the vaccine experts, and at a senior leader meeting at CDC, my phone blew up. And it was people saying, we didn't know that you changed the vaccine schedule. And then they said, there's this video online that you can see. And that's how we learned about it.
And now Trump just retaliated against the whistleblower who exposed his Social Security scandal. Take a look at today's top story. In yet another act of retaliation, Donald Trump has forced out a government official who dared to cross him. Charles Borges, the chief data officer at the Social Security Administration, raised alarms earlier this week over a massive data security failure. He exposed how Trump's Department of Government Efficiency recklessly uploaded the personal information of hundreds of millions of Americans onto a vulnerable cloud server. Now, just days after filing his whistleblower complaint, Borges is out. His resignation letter makes clear this wasn't voluntary. He described it as the result of a hostile work environment where he was excluded, isolated, and ultimately shoved out for speaking the truth. Borges, a decorated combat veteran and longtime public servant, said his role became impossible to perform legally and ethically after he blew the whistle. This is the latest example of a disturbing pattern. When someone threatens Trump politically, professionally, or even just publicly, they're crushed. Borges wasn't just warning about bureaucracy, he was protecting Americans' most sensitive personal data. But instead of fixing the problem, Trump and his allies made an example of him. Democrats are already pointing to this as proof of Trump's authoritarian streak. Punish the people who reveal the failures while shielding those responsible for them. The broader scandal about Social Security data is alarming enough. But tonight, the real story is Trump's playbook of retaliation, silence the whistleblowers, erase accountability, and intimidate anyone else who might dare to speak up. Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.